Welcome to the CNBC TV 18 special. We're coming to you from Monte Carlo from the EY World Entrepreneur of the Year Awards. I've got with me Mr. Narayana Murthy. He was a winner, an India winner in 2003 and the World Entrepreneur winner in 2003. Appreciate you joining us here, sir, in Monte Carlo on CNBC TV 18. The world has changed for you, for India and for Infosys since 2003. Do you believe it's easier being an entrepreneur in India today?
Oh, absolutely. I think there is no doubt about it, because there are that many more opportunities. But then there is more competition too, because today you compete at a global level, because the opportunities are at a global level. So while on the one hand there are more opportunities, at the same time it has become more difficult because you've got global competitors from every country in the world. So.
Speaking of competition and speaking of where we could possibly see the next Infosys and the TCSs in India, e-commerce is the big buzzword today. Do you believe that Indian IT product services companies could be the next innovators, in that sense, could be the next global play?
Well, I think so. Already these companies are at a fairly large level, in the sense, most of them are between $8 and $12 billion. So they have lots of money to invest in innovation. They have great ideas. So they could certainly do that. But at the same time, the current entrepreneurs in e-commerce, they have done pretty well. They have attracted global capital. They have made their enterprises attractive to a wide number of well-respected Indian industrialists too. So overall, I think it's good for them and good for India. Are
you a believer in the Indian e-commerce story? I know Catamaran has invested in select e-commerce ventures, but do you really believe in the Indian e-commerce story? There's a lot of question marks on the valuation, on the road ahead as far as profitability is concerned.
I am a believer in e-commerce thing, simply because India is a large country, and therefore ability to buy whatever you want sitting at your laptop or tablet or whatever it is an irresistible option, right? Therefore, e-commerce is here to stay. E-commerce will succeed in India, but valuations are something that the venture capitalist has to decide. So therefore, I don't want to comment on that. But certainly, I think e-commerce is here to stay. E-commerce has great opportunity in India.
Speaking of the startup story, sir, SEBI appointed you as the chairperson of the committee to look at what it would actually take to get startups to list in India, to make it easier. Do you believe that enough work has actually been done? And also from a government point of view, the previous budget spoke about a fund being set up, but no follow-through action in that sense. Do you believe that in terms of getting the ecosystem right, enough has gone into it?
No, I think we have some work to do, and that's precisely the reason why SEBI has appointed our committee, and we are meeting sometime on June 10th, if I'm not wrong, or 9th morning, and certainly we will discuss, debate, and see how alternate investment policies will have to be updated.
Point of view, what is it that you would like to actually see the government do? Because in a sense, a government fund isn't really the answer. I think providing a more facilitative environment is the answer. What is it that you would like to see the government specifically address?
Well, what ideally I would like is to make India the best in terms of both private equity investors as well as venture capitalists, as well as crowd funding paradigms are concerned. If we can move in that direction, and if we can work hard to adopt some of the best practices that have already succeeded in more developed markets and put them in place, I think I'd be very happy.
What are the sort of startup stories that are looking exciting to you? What are the sort of companies that you would like to mentor, invest in? You talked about e-commerce, but beyond that, what is exciting you when you look at the startup universe?
We are already looking at healthcare in a model where the old concept of the GP coming to your house and helping people who are not well, that is being adopted in a different context. That's one thing.
So it's not telemedicine exactly?
Oh, it's not telemedicine. It's brick and mortar, really.
Healthcare and education, those are the two areas that you're focusing on. What else?
we have also financed a soft drinks
paper boat.
Yeah,
yes.
absolutely. You know it.
Yeah.
You know, you have probably
they've been on my show. They're on Young Turks, and yeah, we've been tracking that story.
I remember that. Yeah.
But only Indian startups, so you're also looking at exciting opportunities from around the world?
Well, at this point of time, only Indian startups, but we are quite open to looking at it at a global level.
But do you really see the paper boat kind of stories, you know, people who are not in the technology business, do you see more of those sort of stories given the kind of regulatory concerns, given the ease of doing business constraints in India? Or do you believe that the paper boats of the world are an exception?
No, my view is that India needs modernization in every area. India needs improvement of productivity in every area: food, you know, healthcare, agriculture, transportation, urban management, you name it, in every area. Therefore, as long as an entrepreneur comes out with an idea whose differentiated value proposition in that field is compelling to us, certainly we'll look at it.
Speaking of technology, and you know, we're seeing the various disruptions that are currently underway. What excites you the most as far as the changes that we're seeing in technology is concerned? I mean, you know, Vishal Sikka says automation hasn't been understood fully, especially as far as the Indian market is concerned. What are the things that look exciting to you from a technology and a disruption perspective?
Well, I think clearly Internet of Things, because Internet of Things is what will make driverless cars, you know, automatic machines, you know, improvement of quality, robots in the you know, surgery, all these. I think Internet of Things is the one real exciting area.
Mr. Murthy, it's always a pleasure speaking with you. Appreciate you joining us here in Monte Carlo, sir. Thank you very much for your time. On that note, it's time for us to take a break, but when we return, there's a lot more for you.